this is not it's my gift, but like I don't have ownership over these melodies and lyrics. This is coming from God, like a divine source.
Yeah.
I'm selfish. I want to see as far as I could take this. What is, the limits of my voice, the limits of my performance? Can I work out? Can I build my stamina to get to the place where I can sing and dance? I want to stretch myself as far as I can. I was the weird little cousin that everybody was like, girl, can you go in the room with that, please? And so now no one is surprised that I am where I am now, because I've been like this.
Yeah. I'm so excited to be here with Back BET Talks. I'm your host, Mia Bell, and today I have Grammy-winning, Grammy-nominated singer, songwriter, mother of a beautiful son, and album, Revenge. She's a Virgo too, y'all. Muni Long, how you feeling?
Hey, good morning. I'm feeling good. How you doing?
I'm feeling even better knowing that you are a Virgo through and through, girl.
The best. Sorry, we're the best. I don't know.
We really are. And that's why we're sitting here with 4 Grammy nominations. How do you feel?
Super grateful. I mean, I think like when I went into making this album with the intention of trying to make the best piece of R&B music that I could make. And I definitely think we accomplished that.
Yeah.
My peers seem to agree. We're nominated for our best R&B album, so it's amazing. And just the funny thing about me is that I never feel like it's enough.
Wow.
Like I always feel like maybe I could have been better, like what was missing. So I think this is a great time for me to just be like, no girl, just stop and appreciate and acknowledge and let people love on you for what you did.
Yeah, and that's what we're here to do, love on you and this project. Now, before we get deep into the music, we are going to do a little icebreaker, have some fun, some petty fun, Miss Revenge, okay? Now, this is called Clapback Chronicles, so I want to know how petty is necessary after a breakup, okay? So you're going to pick this or that. You tell me what you may have or might do in a situation like this, all right?
Let's go.
Are you keeping their passwords or keeping the pet in a breakup?
Oh, baby, I don't want no responsibility. You can have a dog. Get this dog. Come get this dog. Somebody, please, come pick it up. Probably the passwords, because I am definitely petty. Like, I want to see how quickly you move on. I wanna change your profile picture to something ugly. Just that kind of stuff, like psychological things to where you like you don't really realize that it's me messing with you.
Got you looking behind your shoulder, like.
Yeah, like, changing the password to your Ring account, things like that.
Ooh, sounds like you've done that before. Now
No, I haven't. Because to be 100% honest with you, when I'm done, we just talked about this.
Yeah.
When I'm done,
it's over.
It's over. You don't exist. Poof, gone. Never met you.
Yeah, and that is one of the best ways to get revenge.
Yeah, if I'm doing all the petty stuff, that means I still like you.
I'm still hurt.
You still got a chance a little bit.
Now, the next one is call his mother up and let her know everything that he did wrong, or create a fake social media page and let the world know what he did wrong. Get in them comments.
I'm definitely the first one. I done did that before. I'm like, your son is an idiot. Yeah.
Called mama?
No, I've definitely done that.
What's the impact of that?
Nothing. Because for most of the time, she's the reason why he's like that.
Ooh. Yeah. And that is the truth.
That's not what he said. Girl, that's the problem now, because you believe everything he said. Anyway, I'm triggered, girl. You bringing up memories and stuff. But yeah, no, I would definitely call his mama.
Okay. Now, donate all his belongings or trash them, burn them, get rid of them.
I would donate them to myself.
Okay.
Because I'll be wearing that stuff too. I don't mind a little Tom Brown. I'm definitely gonna be wearing those sweats. You'll never see them again. I don't think burning clothes don't really accomplish much.
Right.
I'd rather give them to like my little brother or something like that.
That would be sweet.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it all. Now, moving on to the album, Revenge is here, and of course, you give us so much energy in so many different ways too. We have Made for Me, the hit that everybody loves so much. I want you to get into process with that too, because we hear so many stories. I love hearing JD tell his story and just how he added the bounce to it all too, and just knowing and seeing that everybody across the board loves it so much.
It's so interesting with that song because it started off as just piano. Jordan XL had this piano track that he sent, and my son was actually asleep in the next room over. I had just had him 2 months prior. So everybody's at the house for Thanksgiving, and I'm just like, I have the itch, because every now and then, if I'm not writing or creating, and if I'm not in the studio, I start getting like, I need to make a song.
Right.
You know, and I literally will like start searching for beats like on YouTube, or the one of the tracks on the album 30s came from an Instagram post.
Really?
Yeah, I was just scrolling.
I wanted to talk to you about 30s too, girl.
Okay, we'll get to that. But like, I'll just start looking like, I need to satisfy this craving. And so I was like, you know what, can we just get some studio equipment in the house? We cleaned out a room and put the studio in one of the back rooms. And I started working on this project. So that was November 2022?
Yeah.
And Made for Me, I wrote Reverse, I wrote Things I Never Said, Got Written at that time, The Baddest, Waste No Time. I like wrote all of those around that same time.
And I hear you write fast too.
I do.
Cleaning the kitchen, getting your stuff together, 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, max 45 minutes to an hour. I mean, that's pushing it. That's like, it takes me like 30 minutes to really, when it comes, it just comes. Like I've been working on new music, and a couple days ago, I wrote one of my favorite songs that I think I've written in a very long time.
Really?
And it took me like 10 minutes. I mean, it was so fast. It was so fast. Like, we're sitting here talking, I was like, oh,
there
I have
it
another
is.
lyric. You know, it's just like, it just be, I don't even know how to explain it. It's not even like I'm sitting thinking about what I want to say. Like, even with Made for Me, I'll look around the room, and just lines and like melodies would just
come to you,
drop into my head. And so yeah, like, that's why I'm very precious about when people feel like they did something for me. It's like, this is not it's my gift, but like, I don't have ownership over these melodies and lyrics. This is coming from God, like a divine source.
Yeah.
A heavenly place. And if me, the channel, is not trying to put my name all over it, like, can you just relax? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, let God shine. Let him have the glory. Let's just enjoy, you know.
What he's giving you.
Yeah, let's enjoy the blessings that come from it, but like, let's not try to make it seem like it's us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I know, I'm very clear. It's not me. You know, I'm not that smart. I'm not that clever. I'm just open.
Yeah. How do you know when to let it go, in a sense? Because I know it comes easy to you. So after that 45 minutes, if you're still sitting on it, is it just like, I don't feel it, let me leave it at that?
Yeah, I mean, I've even with this process, this new project that I'm working on only took me 5 days. But it's because I challenged myself to not just write to something because I can.
Right.
If it's not immediately jumping out at me to where like the words are like, I'm like, nope, that's not it, move on, nope. And because of that, we got so much more quality music.
Right.
Instead of me, you know, I used to go in the studio and write 9 songs in one night just because I can. But that doesn't mean all of them are quality,
right.
You know.
When it comes to you, of course, you have to ensure that the intention is all the way there. And that's what brings you 4 Grammy nominations.
Period.
Make Me Forget, a song that I love so much on the project.
Thank you.
And you're sampling D'Angelo.
I know, I didn't think that we were gonna get that cleared, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Because it's like, it's such a iconic song. Like, I'm a firm believer, some stuff, you just need to leave it alone. Like, don't mess with that, leave that alone. But I think like what I was talking about on the song was such like a niche subject. It's so hard to explain to people what it's like when you really want something to work and you want to be in love with this person, but like sometimes love is just not enough. Like, you need to grow, and you need to work on yourself so we can keep meeting each other at each point in our life. You know, like we have to reintroduce ourselves. And so explaining that in a song was really difficult. But at the same time, I feel like that's part of the reason why I was able to get away with that sample.
Yeah.
Is because of what I was saying was so real.
Yeah, truly heartfelt. Were you listening to Untitled beforehand and it kind of just sparked
that
for
whole
you?
album is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, for sure. That whole album has hella classics on it.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I do love about your music, too, is that you have fun with the ad-libs, the sounds that you're making.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse. You giving us a lot of them,
Sound effects, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is that all you in the studio having fun with it?
Sometimes it's it's the silly stuff for me, the stuff that make me want to sing it.
Right.
Or the stuff that kind of make me laugh, or if I get a reaction out of somebody in the room, I'm like, okay, yeah, we're going to keep that. Things that are just, like, we call it ear candy. Like, I just hate to be, it's like the world's greatest fear for me to be boring.
Right.
I never want to be boring.
I think that's a Virgo fear.
Yeah,
I
don't want to be a boring bitch. I just don't. And so I try to, like, bring some levity to my music. It's not always about the vocal singing down. Sometimes it's just about a little moment that everybody can look forward to in a song like that. Yeah. Everybody love that when I do that.
Yeah, that's what they gravitate to the most, I feel. Now, we have one feature on this project.
Yes.
Big Glow.
Glorilla.
Why?
I don't think that I made songs that required features. Like, they were actually songs. And then I think if I was going to do a feature, a singing vocal, it would have either been with a male, or there's only one song that I thought would be appropriate, which would have been Bessie.
Oh, yes.
But the feature that I wanted for that, it just didn't work out, you know? So I just, I don't think I had songs that required that. Plus, I love Glorilla. She was the first feature that I had on the project, and I just didn't pursue any other ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't that, I couldn't have gotten it. I just, sometimes I don't know if it's the Virgo in me. I just be wanting to stand alone, like,
and
by myself and do it on my own.
Yeah, I think it was a perfect collab, especially for the energy of the project too. And Glow is shining right now in one of the biggest
a little
ways.
bit on there.
Yeah, you really tested her vocals out and allowed her to.
I was actually surprised. She said, "I was like, okay, sing Rilla."
Period.
Give us a vocal.
You got her to stretch herself in a way that I think is really cool. Now, you said Bessie, and I want to know how your friends and people in your corner have helped you get through this album and your personal life too, because this album is inspired by that.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of, most of my friends are older than me, and we don't do like the crying and the gossiping.
It's a lot of wisdom.
Just be like, bitch, open that champagne.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, where's the music? Turn the music on, girl. Get out that bed. Ain't no money in that bed. Like, it's just very much, if I needed to cry and I needed to, like, lay on somebody's shoulder, I know that I could do that, but I don't surround myself with people who think like that and who are like that. It's mostly like I could be crying, sliding down the wall, throwing up, and they'll be like, get your ass up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
stand up, girl.
I need that. Or they'll tell a joke and it'll be something like so dark and it was like, I hate you.
Right.
And then we just move on. It's like, they'll recommend me a therapist, or they'll like send me to go get a massage. Or it's more so life is gonna happen. Like, we're not gonna sit around and talk about it. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Anyway, why you still talking?
Right.
And it's not, I don't want to sound like we're just kind of glazing over pain, but it's that we understand that it's more important to keep your frequency at a certain level, keep your energy at a certain level. It's too much blessings. I think when you live, and it has nothing to do with age, when you've been through a lot of things, you understand what a blessing it is to be able to bounce back, to be able to have a soft place to land, to be able to, all the stuff that I went through this year, and I'm nominated for 4 Grammys. Like, if you knew half of the stuff that I went through at the top of this year, and even up until August, coming off the Chris Brown tour, it's like my friends are just looking at me like, You did that. You did that because it was tough.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. And so I think it's really important for me to surround myself with people who are stronger than me.
Yeah.
That way, when I do have that moment where I get weak in the knees, they be like, "Are you done?
Yeah.
Are you finished? Go take a shower and come on, sit in this chair." You know,
and stand up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that you have that around you, and that allows the pain to only live in the music, and then after that, it's done.
Yeah.
You know. Now we love your creative ability when it comes to the lyrics. Okay, type questions.
Yes.
Now, was that freestyle on Sway's show to 50 Cent's 21 Questions, was that the beginning of it all?
So I really wanted to put the version with the 21 Questions beat. And like have 50 Cent, but like we were moving so fast trying to get the album done, and I just was like, you know what? I don't want that to be the reason why we don't use it.
Right.
And so the version that you hear on the album is what we came up with. And then I actually went and did Harmony and Humor in Shreveport, and we performed.
I saw that.
It's so funny too because we were supposed to like do some type of little rehearsal. Then we get there, he already lit. Everybody's in the dressing room. I'm like, we not rehearsing nothing. Like,
right.
So I'm like, so what we about to do? He's like, I'm gonna just look over at you when I do my verse, and I want you to come out. I'm like, okay. So then I'm waiting in the wings, and he finishes. You know, he's doing his little dance, and he finishes his part, and I'm just kind of standing there. And he looks behind me. I'm like, you didn't do nothing.
Nothing.
You said you was gonna do, but it ended up, you know, people really responded well in the moment. It was cool. It was really cool. It's just, I think it's really amazing to get acknowledgement from people. Like, you know, I grew up watching these people on TV.
Yeah. Was 50 one of your favorites growing up?
I remember when 50 came out, when he had, the first song he dropped was Wanksta.
Yep.
And I just remember being like, who is this? And then it was In the Club. And, you know, 50 Cent is 50 Cent. He's got hits after hits.
Yeah.
But I do, there's certain, 50 was definitely one of those artists for me. Like, there's certain artists that impact your belief, if that makes sense. Like, he made me feel like I could do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I loved his movie, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Yep.
It was incredible.
All that perspective.
It just makes you feel like you can.
Yeah.
He was one of those artists for me. Aaliyah was another one for me. Cardi. Just watching certain artists like Chris Brown. You know, he performed at my, I don't even think I ever told him this, but he performed at my high school grad night.
Oh, wow.
And I think he had...
What album was that?
Run It.
Okay, that was his first album.
Run It and Yo. Those were the first two songs that were out.
Yeah.
He didn't have anything else.
Yeah.
And I remember him hitting that front flip that he always be doing. We were like I was 17, he was 16.
Yeah.
I think it was crazy. Like, it was like just a little crowd of people, maybe 100, 200 people on my high school graduation grad night.
Watching Chris Brown.
Watching Chris Brown. And then years later, I'm on tour with him. It's crazy.
Yeah. And you brought your baby boy out on stage during the 11/11 tour. What was that experience like for you?
It was so spontaneous, right? Because he came to several shows.
Okay.
And by the time I went on stage every night, he was asleep. So this was the one night that he wasn't asleep. And I was like, Dad, just if he's still up, bring him to the side of the stage.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna introduce everybody to the baby, because it was never a secret. It just wasn't nobody's business.
Right. You can say that again.
Yeah. I mean, you know, pregnancy is tough, right? Like, especially with having lupus and being high risk.
Right.
You know, people are so rude, and you just, God forbid anything happens, you don't want everybody just reminding you, like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, what happened to the baby? Like, people just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So I kept it to myself until I felt like, you know what? Hell yeah.
Right. You can meet him for a second.
Right.
Yeah, and it's your most prized possession, you know? This is your baby.
He's literally my twin.
Yeah.
We were born on the same day.
Oh my gosh, you have a Virgo. Another great in your life.
He loves looking at himself in the mirror, girl, just like me.
I'm sure. Oh my gosh. So you end the project with Ruins Me. A beautiful masterpiece that we are able to celebrate in so many ways and through your pain. What does it feel like now to, you know, be talking about this project and overcoming real life situations?
I think, one thing with me is I tend to dissociate a lot. So by the time I'm able to talk about something, I've already processed it. I'm already through it.
Yeah.
If I'm not able to discuss it, that means I'm still probably in it, trying to avoid it. And so, the world is just finding out a lot of stuff, but I've been dealing with this for the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I kind of, again, dissociated. I'm detached from it. Like, I already went through it, and I've done my therapy, and that's how I'm able to perform.
And to give it to us and other people who are going through or went through the same thing that you did too when it comes to love, heartbreak, and being able to move on.
Yeah, I mean, because, I'm sure if you've ever been in an argument with someone and about, whoever, about a very sensitive subject, the tears well up, you're not able to talk.
Yeah.
You can't get your words together. I literally would not be able to talk about it if I hadn't already healed and overcame it. Again, I tell people what I want them to know.
Yeah.
So the fact that I've allowed
so many
any kind of
in.
conversation in this direction,
right?
Because it's still a whole lot that people have no clue. It just shows like I'm through it.
Yeah.
I am excited to move on. It's like to actually really like, all right, that was that diary entry.
Yeah.
Now we over here. But I do understand, like, people have questions. They want to know any way that I can use my experience to help others. I'm happy to.
Healing process. I know you have a great village around you, too. Does therapy take any action in your healing?
I have several therapists, different kinds.
Come on. I'm an advocate of it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's mind, body, soul.
Right.
So I have my psychologist, relationship, life coach, for the mental.
Okay.
Then I have spiritual guidance and advisors from my pastor, my first lady, energy workers, Reiki, tuning forks, acupuncture, all of those things. Meditation, sound bath. I mean, there's so many things. It's not just, oh my God, I'm so sad. Like, it's learning how to reset your nervous system, recalibrate your energy, get back to your positive space, unlearn bad habits, reset your vagus nerve. Like, there's so many things that people don't even know about that can help you on an energetic and frequency level to get over the physical, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to go in one specific way. Like, you could literally get acupuncture to get rid of emotions.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I do it all. Everything, yoga, like
whatever you can to allow you to grow.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's necessary and it's showing. So we love that.
Thank you.
Now, when you look back at yourself, and I'm talking about your very young self, Priscilla, on that YouTube, girl, singing them songs. I was asking our team, just some of their memories of you and when they first got put onto your voice. And Hinga was saying that his memory of you was putting him on to them white singers that he knew nothing about back when he was on YouTube.
Yael Naim.
And Sarah Bareilles. Yes.
Regina Spektor.
And all the tunes that you were singing back then. So when you look back at that young girl and, putting us on to your musical background and new people too, what does it tell you that you've accomplished now?
I think all of my early influences inform who I am now, the way I sing, the things I gravitate toward. My mom and dad, there was always music in the house. So my biological father played the trumpet, and we always had an upright piano, always.
Okay.
My mom sings as well, and she had like the notebook of CDs, and she would have like the CD tower full, always.
Oh yeah,
we would go to the record store all the time. And just music was just a part of everyday life. So we had gospel music, classical music, jazz, backpack rap, boom bap. And then my mom was listening to like juke joint music. My brother was listening to hardcore rap and BT Uncut and all of that. And I'm over here listening to Bewitched and NSYNC and Spice Girls, you know, LFO. So my musical Rolodex is so crazy. And then I grew up as a musical theater brat. Yeah. So we had to study. I took music lit, so like we had to study Beethoven and Tchaikovsky and like all of that stuff.
People undermine music in school, and that was probably one of my hardest courses in undergrad. Anyway, go ahead.
No, we had to like I had to learn all of that.
Right.
So like what's crazy is a lot of people don't even realize some of our favorite songs, those are classical songs.
Oh yeah.
Like All By Myself, that is basically a Russian composer, a classical music song. Yeah. And she just put words to it.
You better teach us something today.
Yeah, like there's so many songs like that. So many. Dr. Dre sampled a lot of stuff from the 60s and 70s. Like when, you know, that Austin Powers style music.
Yes.
A lot of the hip hop producers today are sampling that stuff. Herbie Hancock. Like, I just feel like there's so much history, right? And the reason why we don't have a lot of new sounds is because nobody is referencing. Right. You know, like they kind of stop at the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to study. I also am a fan of songwriters. So Burt Bacharach is one of my favorite songwriters ever. Incredible songwriter. Brian May from Queen. Who else? The Beach Boys. There was a movie about him. His name is escaping me right now. Oh my God. But iconic, like the kinds of songs that were being written back then. Carole King. Yeah. You know, some of the incredible female women composers as well. I just don't think people are studying. Like you gotta study. You gotta know where you came from. You know, Karen Carpenter, the Carpenters. Like incredible songwriting. Incredible. One of our favorite R&B songs ever, Superstar. You know, Luther Vandross. Yeah. I
was just saying, they were asking me who's my favorite, and I'm like, Luther, baby. Still.
I think all of his hits were covers, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, most of them.
House is not a Home. That was Burt Bacharach, wasn't it?
Yep.
I believe. Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
That's doing the real research that it takes to recreate in the most beautiful of ways, I feel. Now, when it comes to your upbringing, what I really love is how your family poured into your musical talents and allowed you to be who you are and explore in all ways. I want you to take me back to your mom giving you all them notebooks so you can write your lyrics in, and really what that home life was like to allow you to be where you are now.
My mom was like, well, first of all, my entire family, I was the weird cousin. I was the quiet, weird one who used to be in the room banging on the piano. I used to get a piano every year for Christmas. Wow. And they just knew like, oh, she in there reading, or she in there writing a song, or, you know, playing with her dolls or whatever. And I was definitely like giving my dolls concerts. You know, I used to take a T-shirt and like put it on my head and make it so I had like long hair. Oh, girl, it was a mess. I was the weird little cousin that everybody was like, girl, can you go in the room with that, please? And so now no one is surprised, that I am where I am now, because I've been like this since I was little. I used to take, you know, I'm from the country, so I used to take my grandma sheets off the line, wrap them around my waist, and like pin it,
make a nice little dress,
running through the yard with her clean sheets, you know, acting like I was a princess. So I've been like this since I was 5-6 years old. Yeah.
And to see it in, like, you know, adult form. Wow.
Yeah, that's why it's like, you know, even with my baby, like, I just let him express himself. Let's encourage him. Let's let him be him. I just met this little girl named Tatum. She's a huge fan of mine. And I did the Jennifer Hudson show, and she wanted to meet me. So they surprised her with me. And it's just like seeing how much of a superstar she is at 6 years old. It's like, I wonder if my family saw that with me too. And that's why they just let me be, because it's no way she's not going to do something.
Right.
the girl just got all the personality in the world. And I hope that I could do that for my kids, if I decide to have more. I hope that I could just cultivate whatever gifts they have, because you never know. Like, there was a point when my parents was like, you need to go to college. You need to put that music stuff down, get off that internet. You know, nobody knew that the internet was going to become what it was. I was one of the first people on, posting webcam videos and being on YouTube singing in front of the TV. I mean, in front of the computer screen. It was not normal. People used to talk about me. They used to think I was weird. Like, all my friends, like, why you be recording yourself? Like, you just be talking to yourself. And now, look, it's literally
the thing
standard.
To do. Yeah.
You know, I can't even imagine in 2004 being outside, recording myself.
Right.
Talking to the camera. The way people used to look at me like I was insane. They would come over my house and I'd be like, oh, Mom, just do this YouTube video real quick. And they'd be like, girl, what? Who are you talking to? Like, is there somebody on the other side? I'm like, no, it's just, I just be singing on here. And so now, I think that's one of the things that has helped me as an artist, is like, I had to remember, girl, you've been doing this.
Right.
Like, just go back to what you was doing before, you know? Because you get signed and, you know, you're professional now.
Yeah.
And you kind of have this expectation that there's going to be, like, high budget everything all the time. And I had to really unprogram myself from that, and I think having the support of my family to just let me do my thing. Yeah. To where, you know, like my stepdad used to come in the house and knock the camera. Like,
while you were recording?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Like, if I was recording, he'd be like, I don't want to be on that thing. You know. But now they understand it. Now they're just like, oh, Mommy's recording a video, let's go outside. You know, so I think just like the evolution of what kind of support they give me, you know, has been fun for me, interesting for them. Yeah. You know, because, like, I think it took a while for them to understand, like, oh, people know who she is. Like, maybe we shouldn't have tried to make her go to college. Yeah, she's a star. Yeah, like, people leaving notes in our mailbox and things like that, asking for tickets.
This is pre.
Yeah, no, this was, I would say, right before Hours and Hours started doing what it was doing, because they all knew that I was writing songs for other people for years. Like, I would say, because Hours and Hours blew up around Christmas time, 2022. Yep. So, like, that next year, the top of that next year, people started, you know, leaving notes in the mailbox.
And what was that full-on transition to being the star, the artist, like, you know, and really honing in on Muni Long? You're not Priscilla writing for other people anymore. You're not behind the YouTube anymore. You're stepping out in front of the camera on the big stage.
I think the hardest part is other people, right? So, like, once I decided that this is what I was going to do, it was decided, like, this is the character, this is the persona. I just got to get used to people calling me this and answering. Right. Right? Because, like, there was this thing where people just, I don't know if they wanted to show that they knew me.
Personally, yeah, that's what
it was. And then they started, Priscilla, and it's just like,
who are you talking to?
First of all, my friends don't even call me that, so weird. But, like, it just took a while to detach, or, like, it really was a struggle to get away from all the people who wanted me to just still be that. Right. You know, like, who do you think you are? Because I've been like this. I've been thinking that I was going to do it. I've been telling people I was going to do it. Right. I've been saying, okay, cool, bet. When I win my Grammy, you're not coming. Right. Like, and they would just be like,
girl.
Yeah, okay. But
here we are.
I did it. Right. And I was going to do it again. And it's just like, I think sometimes people be like, yo. You know what I'm saying? But in the moment, the sarcasm, the funny look, I could feel the energy. I'm very sensitive to it. I could tell by how a person talks, right? Whether or not they're going to be a hindrance to my forward motion. Because, like, sometimes when you share your vision with people and they immediately say, well, that's not going to happen. Nobody's doing it that way. Da, da, da. All you doing is letting me know your limitations. Yep. So I need to get away from you fast. And sometimes it's discouraging because, like, damn, I shared this idea with you and you killed it. You killed the magic. So now I got to regroup, come up with something else. You have to be very careful.
Right.
And sometimes you have to be willing to go through it in the dark by yourself, alone. And that gets you resistance as well.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you difficult. You hard to work with. You know, it's like, nah, it's on an energetic level. I know you don't have the faith.
Right.
To take me where I need to go. I just have to go do it and apologize later if if it makes people uncomfortable. And I think if I had told anybody what I was doing, hours and hours wouldn't happen.
Right. They would have discouraged you.
They would have discouraged me. They would have took it, tried to shop it to other people.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I heard, she should have gave that song to such and such.
Yeah.
And they thought it was a fluke. It was like, yeah, it's over for you. You need to try to hurry up and put out a pop record because R&B is dead. Then Made for Me happens.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then now Ruin Me actually think it went #1 this week.
Yep. Congratulations.
So, thank you. So, and Make Me Forget also. So that's 4 #1s in the span of 3-something years when somebody told me that the first one wasn't gonna, after it went #1, oh, it's over, and then we won the Grammy. It's like, not to throw that in anybody's faces, but it's like, you can't listen to them. That's the hardest part, is staying focused, knowing who you are, what your vision is, risking maybe like deflating the balloon a little bit by inviting other people in who don't have the faith to take you there. It's not about being yes men either, but it's just about being open. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe we could try it this way, or maybe we could try it this way. Before you kill it, you even try.
Right.
If I gotta stay up all night painting and cutting and sewing, I will.
Yeah.
I don't mind. I've done it many times before. I pull my own clothes, I do my own hair, my own makeup, my own nails, whatever it takes to get the thing across the finish line. And I don't think people realize that as a true artistry, it's not just getting in front of the camera and looking good and singing. It's literally, sometimes you have to go chop down the tree to make the brush to paint the painting.
Being able to do every single job too.
And like being willing to go to the end of the earth.
There we go.
To accomplish the vision. That is so difficult when you literally have people who will get in your way, make phone calls and say, yeah, don't do that. She tripping. Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. Like, why would you do that? But you don't have nothing to do with this. If I want to run across the street butt naked, that's my business.
Right.
Why you want to stop me? And so, I mean, I'm exaggerating, but it literally gets like that. Other people's fear and their limitations will suffocate your dreams. They really will. So, yeah. That was a long ass answer.
But it's true. It's absolutely true. And it takes me to my next point with the greats. I'm talking Whitney, Mariah Carey, all of them who are living in their legacy and able to transcend in so many different ways musically. When it comes to what you want to leave and what you put out there, what are your intentions with the music and how far do you want to take it? Because I know you playing with the giants, baby.
Admittedly, I'm very selfish when it comes to what my goals are. I literally just want to see how far I can take this.
Yeah.
It's not about inspiring nobody. I mean, I used to say that in the beginning, but that was just very superficial. I feel like that's just like the answer that I felt like I was supposed to give.
Yeah.
I'm selfish. I want to see as far as I could take this. What is, the limits of my voice, the limits of my performance? Can I work out? Can I build my stamina to get to the place where I can sing and dance? I want to stretch myself as far as I can. And, let's try some crazy clothes or crazy hair. Because, I just want to express myself in any possible way that I can as an artist. And it's not just limited to music. It could be film, TV, having a restaurant, chef, clothing, whatever.
Right.
I just want to use this life and use my gifts to explore all the parts of me as expansive as I can get. And if people are inspired by that, great. If I am representation for someone and they look at me and say, well, if she did it, I could do it, great. Right now, I'm only competing against myself. And I didn't hardly think most of this stuff, even though I wrote it down in my vision board and I have, my manifestation journal and my vision board, I still didn't. Absolutely. Absolutely. Sometimes it'll call to me. I have my little books and stuff, and I'll just get the urge, pick me up, write in me, literally I feel it pulling to me, and I have to, all right, I'll get the book and I'll just start, and the stuff will just start coming out. It's it's almost like like a radio signal or like an antenna is like picking up a frequency. And so I'm just trying to carry out those missions. I'm not here for anybody else. I'm grateful that people love my music,
right.
but the most important thing is that I love it first, and I want to hear it. I wake up in the middle of the night wanting to play my songs. It's purely about my own journey. It has nothing to do with anybody else.
What's the last song of yours that you played today?
Some new music.
Ooh.
Yes, I have a couple songs that I did this week that I was playing in the car on the way here, so I'm so excited.
Yeah, I heard you saying that you made one of the best songs you've ever made.
I think so. I mean, everybody would say that I feel like that about every song, but...
And that's how it should feel, right?
I mean, I try to make sure that I never get tired of singing the songs, especially if it comes out and it's a hit. Maybe you can be singing that song till you can't sing no more.
Right.
So I'm grateful that like all the songs that I have that have had major success. There's only one song, and I won't name which one it is, but there's only one song that I don't love to perform, and it was also one that I didn't want to be a single. So that just tells me, like, just because something may have potential and like people might be gravitating towards it, if I want to enjoy myself and have a really good time, I have to make sure that it's something that I resonate with, or else it's, I always heard those stories about artists that roll their eyes and they don't want to perform their hits, and I never understood that.
Yeah.
Until it happened to me. I'm like, okay, it happens when you have things that don't agree with you or resonate with you, but other people have a different opinion, and so sometimes you have to be a little bit of a team player and let some of those kind of things happen. But my goal is to have enough hits to where I could leave a couple off.
Yeah.
When when you go to a Beyonce concert or an Usher concert, that man got so many songs, girl.
I know.
He play a song, he be like, oh, I forgot about this. Oh my God. So I'm trying to get to that place.
Of course, and you are definitely on your way.
I'm on the way.
What's the lasting message that you want people to get from Revenge as we close out with that? Because new music is being made.
New music is on the way, girl. Yeah, I mean, the whole premise of the record is that the best revenge is success.
Come on.
So just keep pushing, keep moving forward. I just posted something like this on my story. It's like, I really do think being kind to people in the face of them being nasty to you and trying to hold you back and just looking at them with compassion, it does something for your skin and for your health.
Yeah.
To just, like, you know what? Okay, you got it. It's cool.
Right.
It's not cool, but I think just having the ability to stay in your frequency, stay in a high vibration, stay in a positive mindset, and stay focused on the next thing. It really, man, it's a superpower.
Yeah.
It really is. Like, and I know it'd be pissing people off that I'm not broke down on my knees on the floor, unable to move forward, but it just doesn't benefit you. Like, what does crying do except for maybe release some toxins?
Yeah.
They don't change nothing.
And that is exactly why you're here.
Yeah.
And able to grow. And we love you for it.
Thank you.
Now, before we
Love
close
y'all
out, we got to do another game.
Okay, come on.
Now, covering the following artists. When I name the artist, you tell me what song you would cover by them.
Okay.
Okay? Let's start with Michael Jackson.
Either Human Nature.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Or Ben.
Ooh.
Ben is one of my favorite songs.
Okay.
Yeah, the melodies in that song.
Yeah. All right. You shocked me with that one. Tina Turner. She's my favorite.
Of course. Actually, no. Yeah, what's love got to do with it?
Okay.
I was gonna say Private Dancer, but
ooh, that's my mom's favorite song.
Definitely. Proud Mary.
Okay.
Proud Mary is
I love that. What about Whitney Houston?
Probably none, because girl,
I know.
Why would I do that to myself? Heartbreak Hotel.
Okay.
Love that one, and I also love I'm Every Woman. It's a good one.
Okay. SZA.
Love Galore.
Oh, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that was my first introduction to her. And I just think the melodies in that song are beautiful.
We gotta end it with a Virgo, Beyonce.
Beyonce. Let me see. I really love Rocket, but Me, Myself, and I. Me, Myself, and I was just such a vibe. Like, I would love to see R&B Beyonce again.
Yeah.
And that, you know, I know she probably don't want nobody telling her what to do because we don't like that.
We hate it.
We hate it. But, you know, we're pretty pleased if you ever want to go back in your R&B bag. We would love that.
Yeah. We're waiting on it.
We waiting, mother.
I know I said that was the last one, but what about Mariah? You have her.
Every song by Mariah, literally.
The fact that you have her on a. Please.
I know, right?
Please, money.
Mariah Carey. No, she's so amazing. I would say, like, one of my best experiences in the music business, period, as a songwriter, was from Mariah. She's just so sweet and talented, and, like, I feel like I just understood her.
Yeah.
You know? Like, she's amazing. I'm just, without saying too much, she's incredible.
Okay. The greats understand the greats, and we're sitting with one right now. The Best Revenge is Your Paper and The Evolution, baby. Okay? That's from Muni Long.
Period.
BET Talks. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. I love BET.
Yay.